Hello, and thank you so much for joining in and tuning in for this chair yoga class. Go ahead and pull up your chair. We're not going to be using any props today. So as you sit on your chair a little bit forward so that your sit bones are on the chair, but backs of the thighs are off. And then position your feet so heels are about underneath your knees. And you might place the hands on top of the thighs, palms down, palms up, or even let them rest in your lap, whatever is most comfortable for you. Let's all take a full deep breath in together. And as you exhale, sigh it out. But again, full breath in. Exhale, soft sigh out. Just letting go of all of the things that have held your attention from your day so far. If it is comfortable for you, also let your eyes softly close. When you close the eyes, it allows you the opportunity to tune in a little more clearly to what you're sensing and feeling. Just taking a moment to mentally scan your body head to toe. Just tuning in and noticing what it is to be in this body in this moment. No judgment of anything you discover, just noticing so that you know your starting point today. Now allow your awareness to just rest on your breath. Just watching the breath as it moves in and as it moves out. Coordinating two things at once isn't always as easy as it seems. Imagine yourself standing on one leg and reciting the alphabet backwards. Now in our yoga practice, sometimes we get so focused on maintaining balance in a pose that we might lose track of alignment or lose track of our breath. Or maybe we're so focused on alignment that we forget to soften and we tighten and contract instead. And just the same, when we're off the mat, sometimes we can focus on others' needs so intensely that we forget about ourselves. Or just the opposite might be true. Maybe we're so self-centered or focused on ourselves that we completely forget about the needs of others. It's all really a balancing act. And when we come to our yoga mat or our yoga chair, one of the things that we're working toward is finding balance. Life itself is a balancing act, just as it is here on our mat, where we work through things to hopefully make those experiences and encounters in life a little more easeful. Take a moment now, and as you're breathing, count the length of your in-breath and count the length of your out-breath. Can you, through the next breath cycle or so, find balance between the two? Allowing the length of your inhalation to inform the length of your exhalation. Using breath awareness in our practice today, we'll work toward balancing the exhale of our outward moving energy with the inhale of our inward moving energy to create a balanced whole. If you are in the practice of setting an intention before you begin, or maybe as you start your day, I suggest, or I invite today for your intention to be balance. And we could start just simply by working toward keeping our breath balanced and even paced throughout our practice. Whether we're passively holding a stretch or moving, see if you can maintain this nice, even paced breath that you've established for the past minute or two. You might softly allow your eyes to blink open now, sitting up extra tall, shoulders drawn down. Allow your right ear to just drop to your right shoulder. Just feeling this really wonderful stretch of the left side of the neck. And then the balance of that is the contraction of the right side of the neck. You might stay right here, or adding on a little intensity, perhaps take your right hand and just let the fingertips rest above the left ear, not pulling the head down, but just inviting in a bit more openness through the left side neck, the top of the shoulder. Take one breath more here. And then sliding those fingertips now above your right ear, and just help ease the head up. Sitting tall once more, reestablish that nice tall spine. Allow left ear to drop to left shoulder. Stay tuned into that breath, nice and even in and out. You want to add that extra level of intensity, left hand can come right up above the right ear. And bringing left fingertips now just above the left ear, just help easing the head up. Let's shrug those shoulders up toward your ears, move the shoulders back and down. Just some nice, slow, complete shoulder rolls. Shoulders moving up, back, and down. Up, back, and down. Let's take it the other direction now. From behind, bring it up, forward, and down. Up, forward, and down. Good, one more, just like that. Awesome. All right, release the arms down by your sides. Turn the palms away from you as you inhale. Stretch the fingertips up high. Arms go up, spine goes up. And then as you exhale, lower the arms down. Just making bigger movements, waking up those big joints a little bit more. Arms up. Exhale, arms down. One more, arms up, keep your arms up this time, reaching fingertips up. Let's warm up those little joints. Take some wrist rolls here, just a couple of times, both directions. And then open and close the fingers a couple of times. And then as you lower your arms down, hands will either find the back of your chair or the seat of the chair for a chest opener. Shoulders go up, back, and down once more as you just gently drop the chest forward. Get this really great stretch, not only across the front of the chest, but the front of the arms. Good, one breath more here. Releasing the arms from behind once more, bring the arms alongside the body. We'll again stretch up tall as you inhale. As you exhale, turn the palms forward and bend the elbows like a cactus. So the elbows are gently drawing down towards your outer hips. Inhale, stretch the arms high again. Exhale, cactus arms or goddess arms, we call it in yoga. One more time, inhale up. Exhale. Heart is open, chest is open here. Let's reach those arms back up tall once more, taking this to a lateral bend. Let's take the lateral bend to your right first. So the right hand comes down, maybe supporting on the thigh or the chair. And as you exhale, take lateral bend over to your right, stretching the left side. And your head can be wherever is appropriate. You could keep your gaze forward to the horizon. Sometimes it really feels nice to me to look down towards the floor or even up toward the ceiling. On your next inhalation, everything comes up tall, both arms stretching back up overhead. Now left arm will come down by the side of you, and then right arm goes up and over. Adjust your gaze for wherever it's appropriate. Next inhalation, we bring ourselves all the way back up nice and tall. And one more time, take hands to the back of the chair or to the seat, roll the shoulders back and open the chest. An alternate chest opener here. So I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see. You might take the hands and interlace them behind you, reaching your knuckles down as you lift the chest. Either variation is appropriate here. And release the arms, bring them back around to face forward. Now let's take left hand, bring it to the outside of the right leg somewhere, and your right hand will go behind, either catching the seat of the chair or the back again. Inhale up really tall through the spine, shoulders stay down, and take a twist, turning the center of your chest to your right. Maybe even continuing that turn and looking all the way over the right shoulder. A lovely extra stretch for the neck would be to turn your head to look over the left shoulder instead. Always makes me feel like I'm being sassy. Please bring your head back to neutral position and then untwist your whole body. I always feel that opening. I gotta wriggle the ribs around a little bit. Let's take the other direction. So the left hand comes behind, right hand finds support along the outer thigh or knee somewhere. Lengthen tall, make a lot of space, and then twist, turning the center of your heart to the left. Option to turn the head all the way around over the left shoulder, or again, look over the right. Bring your head back to a neutral position first, and then untwist the whole rest of you. Wriggle everything around. Bring your hands out towards your knees. We'll do seated cats and cows. As you inhale, we'll lift the chest and arch the back. And on exhalation, tuck the tailbone and round. You may even look down toward the floor or to your belly here. As you inhale, you draw the hands back to open the heart. And exhale, round. Let's take one more, just like that. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale up really tall. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Start working into some bigger joints here. So there's a tendency once you bring this foot off of the floor to lean back towards your chair. See if you can keep yourself as upright as possible. Hands can either be on the knee or behind. Now let's roll those ankles a bit, both directions. Pointing and flexing a time or two. Let's hold the foot in a flexed position. Here's a big challenge now. Can you release the arm? We're like in a one-legged boat pose. Feel that core kicking up? Either stay right here or try extending the leg, pressing your heel forward. Now, also working the core and top of the thigh. Stay here and breathe once more, in and out. Rebend the knee, hug it back into the chest. Keeping hand or hands on the knee, let's move that hip around in a big circle. I like to always take my opposite hand to the chair for a little balance. Whatever direction you're moving, make sure you go both ways with that hip, with that leg. And then before we set it down, cross ankle over the knee. So right ankle over the left knee. If ankle over the knee doesn't work for you, feel free to take ankle over ankle, just dropping that hip open. Sit up tall here. As you exhale, try to tilt forward slightly. Keeping the heart open, the spine long. If there's any knee discomfort, keep this foot flexed the whole while. That'll add some muscle energy to the knee to protect it. And as a bonus, actually brings more awareness, more stretch to the outer hip. Let's take one more deep breath here. And inhale. Bring yourself all the way upright, uncross the leg, and place that leg back down. Okay. Side two, we'll do all of that on the left. First, bring the knee up. Remember, we're not trying to lean all the way back to the chair. Stay as upright as you can and engage the core, those lower abs. Ankle rolls first. Let's forget about those feet and ankles, I find. Yeah. Isn't it the feet that take us everywhere we go? So you point and flex a couple of times. Then we'll hold the foot in a flexed position. Either stay here or release the arms. Keep the heart lifting. Keep the abs contracted. Perhaps we add the extension as if you're kicking through the heel. Firming the top of the thigh, firming your core. And let's hug the knee back in. Hand or hands on the knee. We'll make those big movements. The thigh bone and the hip socket. Biggest joint in our body. Let's roll it around. Make sure you go both directions. And then as we come back to center, take ankle over the knee. Lengthen tall and possibly hinge forward. Staying here for a few breaths more. What are you doing with your breath? Still keeping a nice even pace. Allowing the length of your inhalation to inform the length of your exhalation. Trying to find balance. Inhale up tall, uncross, and place that leg all the way back down, right back to where we started. Usually when we think about balance, I always anyways, think about standing up and balancing on our feet. So we'll do a little bit of that as well. But you might have also felt that even here, just holding a leg up is a balance posture, right? We have to work our core. Go ahead and bring yourself up to stand. And we'll take tree pose. Actually, before we do tree, let's do something else. Let's bring a little more energy, more warming up, more blood flow into the legs. Bring yourself in front of the chair. Now I'll turn my chair sideways just so you can see, but you can stay facing forward. So I'm standing in front of my chair, feet are about hips distance apart. Hands can either be at heart center or at the hips. We'll just do a little chair practice, a little sitting practice. Inhale tall. As you exhale, send your butt back like you're gonna sit in the chair, but we're gonna hover just above it. And then you're gonna press into the feet to bring yourself all the way up, like a little squat. Let's do 4 more, okay? Exhale, bend the knees, butt goes back. Just like you're gonna sit in the chair, then you change your mind. Nah, I don't wanna sit down. 3 more. Back. And up. And back. Bring it up tall. Last one. Hips back. And all the way up tall. Let's shake those legs out. All right, now I will turn my chair the other direction. So if you're still standing facing me, you can stay that way, but just have your hands back on the high back of the chair. We'll use that for a little bit of extra balance, okay? So standing behind the chair, up tall. If it's comfortable and appropriate for you, allow your eyes to soften and close. If not, just turn your gaze to look down and then soften your gaze. For a moment, bring all of your awareness to your feet. So this is Tadasana or mountain pose. It's more than just standing. We need to root down. So press your feet down to feel the legs energize. Now stay this grounded through your right foot and bend your left knee. Yeah, you're gonna bend the left knee and then open the hip out to the side. So from the front, it looks like this. Open up. Now I have the heel resting on the opposite ankle. Either stay here or feel free to pick up that foot and place it on the inside of the calf. As we take more challenging postures like this, you might find that the breath has changed. Keep coming back to that even paced breath. Balancing length of inhale and length of the exhale. Remembering that here, this is part of the training for balance, but balance isn't just physical, it's mental, emotional. Practice it here on the mat. We get out to the world. It's challenging. Let's take another breath here. And then we'll slowly step out, shake those legs. Let's go to the other side. Return to mountain first though. So as you return to just standing with 2 feet on the floor, once more, if it's comfortable, let your eyes softly close. But I invite you to bring your awareness back to the bottoms of the feet. Can you notice or discern any differences between left and right? Even just in that short tree pose, excuse me, I always feel a difference between the right and the left leg. For instance, for me right now, the one that I stood on feels like it's more grounded, it's more connected. Whereas the other foot almost feels like it's floating just above the ground. I mean, it's still grounded, but it feels lighter. Maybe you're having that same experience. Let's bring about some balance there. By standing now firmly into the opposite foot. So press firmly down through the bottom of the left foot, bend your right knee, and then open the hip out to the side. Either heel rests on the ankle or pick up the foot, yogi's choice. And whatever you've chosen, now come back to your breath, come back to your breathing. What is your capacity for expansion, both for what you take in, what you put out, or what you give. Physically, emotionally, mentally. Take one more breath here in tree. And slowly stepping out, shaking those legs. All right, one more standing posture using the chair. Still standing behind it, so my fingertips are on the high back of the chair. Widen your feet out now, so they might even go out wider than your mat. Pick up your heels, turn your heels in so toes are slightly turned out. So I'm not going all the way out, like I'm not doing plie position from ballet. Slightly turned out. And then we'll sit down into chair again, like a wide leg chair. So the hips are going back. Notice I'm not tucking under and letting the knees drift forward. Butt goes back behind you. Abs are engaged. Either stay here. It's perfectly appropriate to keep fingertips on the chair or hold on to it for support. Perhaps one or both arms could come off the chair for cactus position. So this is goddess pose, a more balanced, balance posture, right? Strengthening legs and core. A lot of the balance that we have comes from core strength physically. Let's press into the feet and bring yourself all the way up once more. Walk the feet together and shake those legs. Let's come back to sitting down on the chair. As you come to sit on the chair, take the legs back out into the same position that we just had them when we were standing. Now, of course, if there's anyone there watching this video who wants to do this standing up, you're more than welcome to do this standing up behind the chair again. But feet out, they're wider than the shoulders, toes are slightly turned out, hands are up on top of the knees. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, tilt forward slightly. Now I'm not rounding the back, I'm just tilting forward with a nice flat spine. So this is called horse stance. Almost as if we're just hopped up on a horse. Let's direct your left shoulder towards your right knee. I love this. It gives a really great stretch across the top of the shoulder and diagonally across the back. Let's inhale and come to center. Return to your nice flat back. And then exhale, right shoulder toward the left knee. Inhale to center. Let's alternate side to side twice more, going each direction. So now left shoulder to the right knee. Inhale, tall. Exhale, left or right shoulder to left knee now. I'm getting confused. And to the center once more. Toward the right knee. And then toward the left. Inhale all the way back to center. Let's exhale and fold all the way forward and down. Hands can certainly stay right here on tops of the knees or the thighs, or feel free to bring the hands to the floor for a deeper stretch, maybe even releasing the head weight down. An inhalation, look forward. Bring the hands up to the knees if you release them to the floor. And then press into the feet as well as the seat and bring yourself all the way upright. Let's heel toe those feet back in. And return to our pigeon pose. So our figure 4 stretch. Picking up the right knee, cross right ankle over the left knee, up tall. And exhale, hinge forward. As this is our second pass at this posture, and especially after doing the standing work to bring some more blood flow into the legs, you might feel how there's a little more opening here. Or maybe the posture just feels more easeful. Inhale, bring yourself all the way upright. If you can, go ahead and cross the legs even more so now the thighs are crossed. The calves can be parallel next to each other, or if available, tuck those toes around behind you. And then squeeze your legs together. Squeezing the legs together. Let's twist now to your right. So left hand comes to the outer thigh or knee. Right hand up, reach around behind for support and turning to look around behind you over the right shoulder. Let's stay for a couple breaths more here. Even breathing. Matching length of inhale and length of exhale. Turn your head back to look toward your left, and then allow the rest of the body to follow as you untwist. We'll uncross the legs and do that on the other side. Pick up the left leg, left ankle over the right knee, crossing, lengthen tall, and maybe hinge forward here. One more deep breath. Inhale, bring yourself all the way upright. Deepen the cross of the legs if that works for you. If not, feel free to stay in that same position we just were, maybe tucking those toes behind, squeezing the thighs together, and we'll turn and twist to your left. Right hand supports along the knee or the thigh, left hand back behind, and turning the head to look all the way around behind you to your left. Inhale, turn your head to your right, and then the rest of the body follows. And uncross the legs. Return your feet so heels are about underneath your knees. One final stretch here. Take your arms out wide like a T. Now bend the elbows like a cactus. And bring your elbows and forearms toward one another. Elbows, forearms, and palms all the way together, and squeeze them together. As you squeeze the arms together, you'll feel this really great stretch in the middle of the upper back. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, round the upper back, maybe folding forward a bit. Just feel that really great stretch there. Keep squeezing the elbows together. Now lift the elbows up, stretch them forward to come upright. And then release the arms all the way out wide once more. Roll your ankles, roll your wrists one more time or two each direction. Open and close those hands. And bring your hands all the way back down to tops of the thighs or maybe resting in the lap. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, soft sigh out. Close your eyes if that's comfortable, or once more, just turn your gaze to look down. As the eyes close, our awareness turns in. So what do you notice when your awareness goes in? Mentally scan the physical body, notice what's there. What it is to be in this body in this moment. Now come back to your breath. Let's return to that even-paced breathing, allowing length of inhalation to inform length of exhalation. All of your awareness is on the breath. Two more breaths this way, please. Close. Let's join the hands in Anjali Mudra, palm against palm. Bowing chin to your chest in a gesture of gratitude. Gratitude to yourself for valuing yourself enough to take this time for you today. And as always, I thank you for joining me in your yoga practice. Namaste.